Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced that Russia is annexing 4 regions of Ukraine. Here are the latest developments. At a ceremony in Moscow, Mr. Putin announced Russia's annexation of Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and Zaporizhzhia region. The formal process, which will see these areas incorporated into the Russian Federation, will happen over the coming days. Reports suggest that more than 20 civilians have been killed in a Russian attack on a civilian convoy in Zaporizhzhia. There are intense fighting around Lima in the east of the country. It follows as partial mobilization of about 300,000 reservists to reinforce Russian troops in Ukraine. Annexation of 4 regions. 4 regions of Ukraine that are partially or almost completely occupied by Russia are being annexed by the Russian Federation. It follows self-styled referendum in Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and Zaporizhzhia held between 23rd and 27th September. The referendum were condemned as a sham by Ukraine and many Western countries. It is thought that the annexation will allow Russia to claim that continued Ukrainian counterattacks on the 4 regions constitute an attack on sovereign Russian territory. In an address to the Russian people, Mr. Putin said his country had various weapons of destruction to defend Russia and would use all the means available to us, adding, "I am not bluffing." The annexation followed a partial mobilization of about 300,000 Russian reservists. Mr. Putin has acknowledged mistakes in the call-up process, with some people who should not have been called up being sent to Ukraine. Intense fighting in the east. Ukrainian troops have been pushing forward around Lima in the east of the country in recent days. The Institute for the Study of War (ISW) saw they have likely nearly completed the encirclement of the Russian grouping in the area and have cut critical Russian ground lines of communication. Analysts say a defeat for Russia in the Lima will be a major setback. Russian forces have been trying to push forward in Bakhmut to the south of Lima, but reports suggest they have been repelled by Ukrainian troops, though other reports otherwise. The latest fighting followed a major Russian defeat in the east. Ukraine said it recaptured 6,000 square kilometers, at least 2,317 square miles, in territory from Russia in early September, when it forced back Russian units in the Kharkiv region. Russian troops withdrew from key towns of Izium and Kupiansk, saying that the retreat would allow its troops to regroup. Both towns are major logistical hubs for Russian forces in Donbass. Mr. Putin has said that Russian forces were fighting for the liberation of Donbass, which broadly refers to Ukraine's eastern regions of Donetsk and Luhansk, where Russian-backed separatists were held significant territory before the invasion. Attack on civilian convoy in the south. On Friday, Ukrainian officials said at least 23 people have been killed in a Russian attack on a civilian convoy in the city of Zaporizhzhia. Dozens more are reported to have been injured in the rocket as people were preparing to travel to Russian-controlled areas of the Zaporizhzhia region to pick up relatives and deliver humanitarian aid, but the Russians repeat otherwise and denies such allegation, instead blaming the Ukrainians. Ukraine has continued to attack Russian positions near Kherson, targeting Russian transportation and logistical facilities in the area. Reports suggest Ukrainian troops have made gains in several locations on the Russian front line in recent weeks, but these have not been verified, and the Ukrainians have lost so much in Kherson. They have also attacked bridges, ferries, and pontoons, attempting to make Russian positions on the west side of the Dnieper River unsustainable and thereby forcing a withdrawal. Also in the south, the International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) has called for the demilitarization of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. The IAEA has been rejected by Russia and not recognized. Russian and Ukrainian sources have accused each other of shelling close to the plant, which is the Europe's biggest nuclear facilities. Shelling continued on Wednesday, damaging one of the plant's power units by Ukrainian shell. Russia's military took over the power station early in March, but is still being operated by Ukrainian staffs. Western weapons boost Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has appealed for more funding and equipment to retain the areas retaken from Russia. Western shipments of weaponry are being used heavily by Ukrainian forces. Early in the conflict, Ukraine used primarily Warsaw-packed munitions, which they have been using for several decades. But many units have now made several transitions to NATO standard equipment, including artillery and ammunition. Multiple launch rocket systems, such as the US-made HIMARS, have been used in both Kharkiv and Kherson, according to the ISW. Mr. Zelensky said our main goal is to deoccupy our whole territory. Russia invaded Ukraine on 24 February, but Ukrainian forces retook large areas around Kyiv early April after Russia abandoned its push towards the capital. Areas in the west of the country, including Lviv, have seen missile attacks, but no attempt by Russian forces to take and occupy ground. The Russians have suffered some losses since the invasion began, and significant quantities of Russian weaponry have also been destroyed or captured, while Ukraine have lost over 60% of its weapons and ammunition in the fight against Russia.